Welcome, 8th graders. I'm so excited to jump into this explainer with you today. We're tackling something absolutely crucial, the art of critical analysis and political expression. We live in a world that is just overflowing with information, and knowing how to navigate it, well, that's literally your superpower. Today, we aren't just memorizing facts, we're giving you the exact tools you need to become active, discerning, and really wise citizens. So let's get ready to sharpen those minds.
So have you ever read an opinion online, maybe a news article, a wild social media post, or a blog, and suddenly stopped and wondered, wait, am I being manipulated right now? Honestly, it happens to the best of us. It's so easy to just kind of blindly believe what we read, especially when it's super persuasive. Today, we're going on what I like to call the hero's journey of the mind. We're going to learn exactly how to break through all that noise, spot the tricks, and actually find the truth. Okay, here's the quick game plan for today. We've got 5 parts. 1. What are editorials? 2. Why editorials actually matter? 3. How to analyze them. 4. The biblical approach. And finally, 5. Bringing education and morality together. All right, let's dive right into section 1, what are editorials? Let's define our core terms.
Let's start with our core definition. Basically, an editorial is just an opinion piece that explains a writer's specific viewpoint on an issue. Now, primary source editorials have been around forever, really. Historically, you'd find them in printed newspapers or even political pamphlets handed out on street corners. But today, you're going to see them constantly popping up and updating in major online publications and digital media. But whatever the format is, think of them as time capsules. They perfectly reflect the specific issues, the arguments, and the exact language of the time they were written. Moving right along to section 2, why editorials matter. We're looking at the true power of opinions. Now, you might be sitting there wondering, why should I even care about some random writer's opinion? Well, check out this incredible scripture from Proverbs 18:15. It says, "The heart of the discerning acquires knowledge, for the ears of the wise seek it out." Notice that motif there? The ears of the wise. Seeking knowledge isn't just some boring task to cross off your school to-do list. It's actually the defining mark of a wise heart. A truly discerning person doesn't just passively swallow whatever they hear. They actively hunt for the truth. So, here's the big takeaway. Editorials are definitely not just harmless words on a screen. They have real, tangible power. They can totally shape public opinion and directly influence massive political decisions. And by learning to read these critically, you're building this amazing ability to separate raw fact from someone's personal opinion. You get to stop being a passive reader and actually start forming your own well-reasoned views on history, policy, and basically the whole world around you. Okay, section 3. Analyzing editorials. Let's talk about finding the truth. Here is your 3-step analysis toolkit. Step 1 is thesis first. Before you even judge the tiny details, you've got to figure out the author's main argument. Like, what is the absolute core point they're trying to make? Step 2 is evidence quality. Once you've nailed down that thesis, look at their evidence. Are they using strong, accurate, relevant facts to back it up, or are they just tossing in emotional personal stories? And step 3 is bias detection. This is where you put your detective hat on and look for slanted arguments or sneaky little persuasive techniques meant to sway you. To really spot that bias, you've got to ask yourself 2 absolutely essential critical thinking questions. First, is the writer intentionally leaving out key facts that might ruin their argument? And second, is the language trying to provoke a strong emotional reaction from you? Seriously, if you're suddenly feeling super angry or fearful while reading a piece, take a step back. Just having that awareness helps you decide exactly how much weight you should actually give to what the writer is saying. So we can actually spot this bias systematically by looking for 3 specific things. First off, identify the tone. Is the writer being strictly logical? Are they being funny? Or does it feel frantically urgent? Next up, keep an eye out for emotionally loaded language. These are words carefully chosen to trigger your feelings rather than engage your actual brain. And finally, spot those one-sided arguments. If an article flat out refuses to even acknowledge the other side of an issue, you're almost certainly looking at heavy bias. Recognizing these tricks is how you reveal a writer's true intentions. Let's transition into section 4, the biblical approach. It's all about constructive dialogue. This brings us to a really profound biblical morality tip from Proverbs 15:1. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. When you're engaging in political expression or just trying to find a compromise with someone, your tone matters just as much as your facts. You could literally have the best, most factually accurate argument in the world, but if you deliver it with cruelty, it's completely useless.
Look at the stark contrast here. On the one hand, we've got the gentle answer. This means speaking the truth, yes, and standing super firm for what is right, but doing it with love and a genuine desire for peace. On the other hand is the harsh word, using your voice just to tear others down or purely to stir up anger and division. The ultimate goal of political expression shouldn't be destruction, right? It should be constructive dialogue. And that brings us to Section 5, Education and Morality, Becoming a Godly Learner.
In the HeroesMart Academy Godly Learners series, we truly believe that education has to intertwine with biblical morality. Why? Well, because education without morality ultimately ends up hurting people. Think about it. What is the point of being highly intelligent, critically sharp, and super educated if you just use that to make bad choices that hurt yourself and your community? Romans 8:6-7 promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps their minds spiritual. True peace only comes when we combine our educated, sharp minds with a solid moral compass. All right, 8th graders, here is where you take action. I want you to pause this explainer right now, grab your notebooks, and jot down these 5 quick homework tasks. Number 1, define what an editorial is. Number 2, what's the very first step you should take when analyzing one? Number 3, explain why recognizing the author's tone is so important. Number 4, give a clear example of persuasive language. And number 5, explain how spotting bias actually helps you form your own independent opinion. Take your time with these, they're totally key to mastering this skill.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder. As you grow smarter and as your critical analysis skills get sharper every day, you face a real choice. Will you use your brilliantly educated mind merely as a weapon to just win arguments and tear people down online? Or will you use it to seek the truth, protect your own heart from manipulation, and bring actual peace and understanding to your community? The choice is entirely yours. Keep seeking knowledge, keep your hearts wise, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.